Lately, I've been thinking about the possibility of me being a gym leader, and it got me thinking, what would I do if I were a specific type of gym leader? What kind of gym would I have? What kind of puzzles would there be? What kind of team would I have? And of course, the most important, what would I look like? Today, I want to kick off a series that takes inspiration from Birdkeeper Toby's If I Were a Gym Leader, but instead, I want to do all the types. That's right, dark, fairy, fire, water, you name it. This week, I decided to kick off Dark, because for some reason, a lot of people seem to think Dark is my favorite type because of who the channel's mascot is. While Umbreon is of course my favorite Pokemon, Dark is not my favorite type. But because Umbreon is a Dark type, I thought it would be the best typing to start with. As for the typing we do next, you guys decide. The comment with the most upvotes will be the typing I cover next. Before we begin though, I create exclusive content over on Mystic Umbreon Shorts every day with Pokemon facts, and 2 exclusive series on the weekend. I also read anime fanfics over on Mystic Reads. Right now, I'm reading Road to be a Pokemon Master. I'm also streaming again, over on my channel, Mystic Arion. I will leave all these channels in the description below. With that said, let's begin now. So I think the most important thing to kick off is how would I look like as a gym leader and how I would act. Because I'm gonna be a dark type gym leader, I think going for a sinister look would be the most logical. The dark type in Japan is the evil type after all. Of course, as a gym leader, I can't be totally evil, or else I would get revoked of my gym leader position. I would just have a little bit of a devious personality with tons of traps in my castle and puzzles to solve. I believe my character would also be a little bit of a trickster, in the sense of giving the players supposed hints, but also potentially leading them to the wrong traps as well. Murkrow would also be my little sidekick, so of course it would have to sit on top of my shoulder. This design, I think, is the best interpretation to go off of. Now, for a gym design, I already mentioned a dark type castle with tons of puzzles and traps. An example of a puzzle would be a riddle. I would give hints to the player that could benefit them, but also throw a lie in there to throw them off. It would depend on how smart the player is to be able to see through the lie or not. The punishment for getting the riddle wrong would be getting sent to the castle's dungeon and facing a trainer. Also, no items during the battle. Why? Because all the trainers are equipped with the move Embargo. On top of that, there would be pitfall traps, certain buttons to push, and my Murkrow swooping down to mess with the player. After all, my Murkrow does have the prankster ability. The goal though would be to get to the throne room. Each time a new challenger comes in, everything would be reset. If the player is successful in getting to the throne room though, they would not be able to give advice to another challenger, because each time a new challenger comes in, everything would be reset, including new traps, challenges, etc. That way, no one would be able to cheat. I'm the only one who can do that. As far as a gym badge design would go, it would be a black crown with some kind of fake jewel, maybe a fake ruby in the top of it. It has to be a fake jewel because, obviously, I'm a trickster. For the team I would sport, I couldn't decide on whether or not I wanted a full team of 6 or if I wanted to shrink it down, so I decided to give both variations. Keep in mind that there are no limitations of Pokemon I can use. Just because Scarlet and Violet don't have all the Pokemon doesn't mean I can't. Don't worry though, I'm not going to be using a Pokemon like Darkrai, because that wouldn't be fair. The first Pokemon I would have is definitely Murkrow, like I said earlier. Murkrow would sport the Prankster ability, and would have moves like Tailwind, Thunder Wave, and other moves to coincide with Prankster to give the player the most rage-inducing time possible. Oh, and you best believe that it will have Embargo as well. No items in this gym. Some of you might be asking why not evolve it into Honchkrow. As much as I love Honchkrow, I think Prankster Murkrow just works better for the gym in my opinion. My next Pokemon is pretty obvious, being the mascot of this channel. There's only one real way to run Umbreon, and that's obviously to run Stall and Wish support. So Toxic, Heal Bell / Thunder Wave, Wish, and Foul Play is the best set to run on this devious evolution. If you've ran in the Toxic stalling Umbreon in the past, you know how irritating things can be with it. Now, here's where I am going to divide things a bit. In most Pokemon games, you almost never see a full team of 6 Pokemon for a regular playthrough. So I'm going to give myself a team of 4 first. And let's just say I'm anywhere from the 5th to the 8th gym leader of the region, because I do want to use fully evolved mons. However, if I want to be, let's say, the 2nd gym leader, just devolve these Pokemon and pretty much boom. The last 2 mons I've decided on my regular gym team are Zoroark and Meowscarada. Meowscarada would be my ace for this team. One, because it's my second favorite Pokemon, and two, who doesn't love Protean? I also just don't see Umbreon being a good ace Pokemon. The nerf sucks for Protean, but it is what it is. Back to Zoroark though, I've already played my gym off as a trickster sort of gym, so I thought Zoroark would play into this perfectly with its illusion ability. The player would think they are facing an entirely different Pokemon, and just when they least expect it, they would get hit with a Night Slash or some other move. I could see Zoroark running some coverage as well, like Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb, or perhaps even U-Turn to get the edge on my challenger. Lastly, with Meowscarada, the world's pretty much my oyster. With Protean, I can practically run anything. Flower Trick, Play Rough, Low Sweep for the speed drop. I haven't decided on a permanent moveset, but you best believe I would change it every time to trick the challenger. One thing's for sure though, Flower Trick will be on it every time. I want to also cover the elephant in the room. Yes, the Pokemon have hidden abilities. There needs to be a challenge. Expect to see more hidden abilities in the future. A little earlier, I mentioned dividing things a bit. What I meant by that was having a regular gym team and a rematch team. This rematch team will be like other rematch teams, a full team of 6 filled with difficulty. In my case, for the Dark team, I like the original 4 Pokemon I've chosen, so now it just needs 2 more Pokemon to complete the team. After thinking about what final 2 Pokemon I want to choose, I believe I've come to my conclusion. Grimmsnarl and Overqwil. Grimmsnarl because of prankster shenanigans, and Overqwil because uniqueness. With Grimmsnarl, I'm running dual screens, and with Prankster, this works better. I can protect my team while also being powerful with the attacks and sports. And I also need something for those fighting types. For my last mon, Overqwil, I imagine it to be a hazard setter. And due to the theme of my gym with traps, hazards are the best way to tick off your opponents. Toxic Spikes and Spikes are going to be the bane of anyone's existence, alongside a massive 115 attack stat. What's also cool about Overqwil is its access to Intimidate, so any player who thinks just running a fighting type will win them here will have to think again. Unless it's a special attacking fighting type, but you get the idea. Fighting types, fists, physical attacks, yeah. Now, I know there are a lot of fans who appreciate Greninja out there. And due to Greninja being a huge fan favorite, some people may be upset that it's not on my Dark-type team. But oh dear viewer, do not forget that Greninja is a Water-type Pokemon, so expect to see it there. It's up to you though. Greninja could appear next time if you decide to choose the Water-type. Anywho though, that's my scenario for if I were a Dark-type gym leader. I would be devious, set traps, have complicated riddles, confuse the challengers, and would make their battling experience a total nightmare hopefully. What did you guys think about my gym? Does it sound pretty challenging? What kind of Dark-type gym would you guys have? Also comment down below what typing you'd like to see me cover next. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. With that, I'll see you guys next time. We're finally here in 2023, and I'm super excited for what this year has to offer us. There's potential DLC for Scarlet and Violet on the horizon, and who knows just what else Game Freak may have up their sleeves. It's gonna be really exciting times coming up for a Pokemon fan. If you're interested in more Mystic content, check out my TikTok and Mystic Umbreon Shorts YouTube channel. I've got a really fun series starting up there very soon, and of course, have a weekly edition of my Should You Use series focusing on Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Also, if you're into fanfictions and what-ifs, check out Mystic Reads. I offer a ton of creative spoken word content on there, so come join me. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time.